Hi guys, my name is Dovi and you're welcome to Dovi's Corner. Today I'm going to be talking about a particular stereotype that women are mostly affected by. And before I start, in fact, before I go into it, I just want to say that if you are watching this video and anytime you have issues with a woman, a lady, a young girl, and it's getting heated, and the first thing, not the first thing, whether it's the last thing, I don't even care, and it ever occurs to you in the middle of the heated argument that the best line of action to take is to call her prostitute, I just want to tell you, there's a seat in hell waiting for you. Reserved. Nobody's going to take it till you get there. Yes. I mean, first off, no matter how heated an argument gets, I do not believe in name calling. I do not like name calling. But if you have to, there are other less painful things. I find that the first thing men jump to, and now I'm saying men because that's the first one I want to talk about, because it is not only men that are guilty of it, women also are, but let's take it one step at a time. The first thing that men are quick to jump at is to say prostitutes, ashewo, olosho. In fact, even in having a decent conversation, you will see how judgmental they are. And I wonder, who patronizes prostitutes? Who? I don't think prostitutes would still be in business if women were patronizing prostitutes. If women were prostitutes and women had to patronize prostitutes, I don't think they'll still be in business. No. Men are their customers, but men are the ones shaming them. It's quite unfortunate. I had an incident. I went with my friend to the mall. So we came from somebody's house opening, so we glammed up, we had our face beat and all of that. We didn't want to put on face mask because obviously it's gonna ruin the makeup. So we approached the entrance and we're like, madam, please, and she was so harsh and she wanted to be aggressive, so we had to put it on, and immediately we crossed the entrance, we took it off. So when we were coming back, I and my friend were pissed. We're just discussing when we were entering the mall that she could have just let us now. And when we came back, my friend attempted to still appeal to her conscience that madam, no be so, if for still take a music. The woman jumped on us saying, prostitutes, look at them, cheap things. That is why I said I'm coming to stereotypes. Now, I've jumped from talking about men to women. In fact, anyhow, I talk about this thing because my head is full. I'm pissed. I'm not in the best mood. I've seen it so many times. It has happened to me. It has happened to a lot of women that I know. It's like, I don't get it. I do not get it. The stereotype that when a lady looks a certain way, when she has her nails done, when she has her lashes done, when she's wearing something that is and by the way, you can see I'm not even exposing skin in this video. I think this is the first video I'm going to do since I opened my YouTube channel that I didn't expose, because I want people to focus on the message. Now, what's with this stereotype that when a woman is wearing a certain kind of clothing or kind of earring, there are even earrings that you wear, they'll say you look like a shower. Like, Jesus. Funny thing, these people that have these conclusions, these people that think this way, would see a foreign woman, the same dress, the same makeup, the same earring, and not, in fact, it won't even cross their minds that she's a prostitute, or she might be a prostitute, or she's loose, or all of those hurtful words that you people use. It won't cross their mind. But when it's a black woman, when it's a Nigerian woman especially, all their senses, she na runs babe, she get one sponsor, she dey follow sugar daddy, na olosho. It comes out of your mouth so easily, and it was a woman that bettered you, and most of you have sisters, and most of you have girlfriends, like women are in your lives, but it's so easy for you to jump on another woman and say prostitute just because you're having a little argument or you have some trouble with her. I've had like a quiet conversation with a lot of guys sometimes, and they will tell you, you get the way a shower they be, you get the way a shower they look. Once you just see them, you go no say na shower. Please, who taught you that? Who told you that there's a way they look? You people are the ones that form these stereotypes in your head. In fact, society has just molded our senses, our beliefs, our thoughts in one direction, and we are all claiming woke. We are still at the same spot where we were. In fact, social media has made it worse. We are still at the same spot. When it comes to exposure, Nigeria is still in the same place. It is ridiculous. It is disappointing. I think that's the word. So like I was saying, back to story time. We came out and my friend was trying to talk to her like, madam, no be so, if we just calm down for us now. Immediately she started cussing us out. The first thing that came out from her mouth, prostitutes, cheap things. Started calling us names. My friend wanted to take on her. I had to calm her down because you know now, small time they'll pull out cameras and video you people, and then the next thing, the caption that bloggers will use to post it will be entirely different from what happened. So we just had to control the situation, enter into the car, and we drove off. But the whole time, man, the whole of that day, I was pissed. Another time I went to the market and there was this lady. Okay, I was already pricing fish and another lady came to join me and she was pricing fish, and she just touched one. You know how you do in the market, you just flip the fish, and she was like, madam, how much for this one? The woman said 1,000, and then she's like, no be 500. The woman first took the fish from her hand, dropped it back, was like, now me say me they no pay you for where you go. See, I beg come up from my shop. Ashawo. Me, I was just standing by the corner and I was wondering, like, that went from 0 to 100 real quick. Like, all she did was price fish because she could probably afford 500 naira fish. Maybe that's what she wrote on her list that she came to market with. All you had to do was tell her that, I'm not, this fish no be 500 on a beg, sister. You go buy 7. Normal. Why did you take on her? That woman has a daughter. That woman has a daughter that if you call the daughter prostitute, maybe she'll beat you up. But now she's calling another person's child prostitute, and it's fine just because what the lady priced her fish and it's not the same price she sells that the lady priced it. I mean, who raised these people? Who raised? Then for those men, you are the highest paying customer of prostitutes, but you are the first to rush and call somebody. In fact, this thing has gotten so bad that even when you have small issue with bus drivers or keke drivers, all these public transport drivers, the first thing, unless you're not a lady, the first thing they jump to is prostitutes. Olosho, if you're in the West. Hey, God. Gracious God. I don't know, man. It's so disheartening because every time I think about it, I say, how am I going to give birth to a girl and raise her in a place like this? How? Where do I start? Because it would be so heartbreaking for me to be raising a teenager and she goes out. You know the way teenagers even grow these days, you won't know it's a child and somebody calls her prostitute. I don't know how I would feel if she comes back home and she tells me, oh, mommy, this... Hey, God. Like, I don't know why it's so easy for you to just jump and call somebody. You know him. Whenever I think about this prostitution something, I keep saying, do you people think prostitution is easy? I think you people need to understand how difficult prostitution is. For you to understand how difficult it is for whoever has made a decision to do it. Prostitution is hard. I know you're wondering, like, have you done prostitution before? Bro, it's hard. Imagine, just for a second, imagine sleeping with different men every day. And not just different men, no. Different men that you don't know. different men that you've never been with, different men that are from different walks of life, different kinds of spirits, different kinds of human beings, the clean, the dirty, the hygienic, the just thinking about it alone is hurting my head. All kinds of men, the pot-bellied, the rough, because Jesus Christ, it's such a tough decision to make. In my opinion, it's a tough decision to make to be a prostitute. So even when people have decided, I feel like all you should feel for them is empathy, not to call them out, not to want to shame them. And before you say it's them that choose it, now life is hard for all of us, before you choose prostitution, that you are looking for the easy way out, let me just tell you, prostitution is not any easy way out. Because that's the notion that we have that makes us to call them out, that makes us to insult them, that makes us feel like they don't deserve respect as human beings because of their occupation. It's not the easy way out. If you think it's easy, go and be a prostitute just for one night and see what your eyes will see. You, the woman that is always calling people prostitute up and down, just try it for one day. Go and stand on the streets in the cold, the way those girls do. Some of them have to overdose on different kinds of drugs just to be able to get by the night, to make money, to probably send to their families, to be able to feed, to be able to live. But you are on your high horse because you have one small business or because you have an education. Some of these girls are even educated, so that's not like, because you feel you are better than them, you want to insult them, you want to call them prostitutes, you want to make them feel less of themselves, you want to show them that you are better than them, you want to, because I feel like the only aim of somebody who calls somebody a prostitute is just to drop your spirit from wherever it is to ground zero. Because whenever you call a woman a prostitute, even the ones that is a prostitute, even the one that is a prostitute, your heart will break. Let alone the one that's not even a prostitute at all. I'm just imagining. It is so unfair. But that's just you displaying how poorly you were raised. Because whoever raised you must have made a mistake somewhere along the line for you to think that it's okay to call people prostitute at the slightest provocation or at the slightest argument. Men, women that are guilty of this, you need to do better. And this thing is a vicious cycle because women are doing it, their children are watching, and we're just raising a generation that isn't thinking right, that isn't doing things right, that isn't evaluating their actions. I mean, some of these people are frustrated already. You think calling them a prostitute, like this, I just had one experience and look at how I'm pained. And there are people who have to go through this every time, every now and then. There's a kind of leggings you wear. A man would want to even sexually harass you in public. Like some of them want to tap your ass. Men are so disrespectful in Nigeria. These are things that if they travel abroad, they cannot try it. No matter how skimpy the dress of a white lady is, you can never attempt to touch her lap. You people are perverted in this Nigeria. Like, I've seen and heard and experienced so much that at this point I'm just wondering, do I even want to be here? On top of Barry's frustration, we still have to do with all of this. Like, live and let live, for God's sake. What the hell is wrong with you? And then the women are still there, trying to make life unbearable for their fellow women, just so she can go away from wherever people had the argument, covered in shame, and you've won. That's your aim in life. That's what you came to the earth to do, right? You feel better about yourself. Like, I can go on and on about these things, because even in relationships, men want to know. They are asking you, your body count, how many guys you've dated, and the amount of relationships you've been in, because they're trying to evaluate if you've been around. Because if you've been around, that's the yardstick they will use to measure the level of respect you should get. And the funny thing, women never return the favor. I've never seen or heard a woman calling a man a prostitute. It's always the other way around. It is always the other way around. Meanwhile, the whole term prostitution will not exist if men were not involved. If men were not their customers, if men were not patronizing, that whole term will not exist. You people are the ones that are keeping them in business, or so to speak. But you think you want to shame them. You think that you are patronizing a prostitute, you are not a prostitute as well. That's why you open your mouth. You who is always going to flash your lights where they are standing and park and take 2 or 3. Jesus, we know these things, but we don't call. You don't see us saying, "Ooh, prostitute man." I mean, unless it's a joke. But any small thing. In fact, you've not even raised your voice at a man in public. Prostitute, olosho, ashewo, loose dog. My chest. I heard a man call a lady loose dog once in public. Hey! Slut. I've heard all sorts. And I'll just be looking like, hey, who raised this one? This is somebody's child. This is waiting you born na pikin. That's this boy that is here. Guys, I don't think I can express my dissatisfaction enough. I don't think I can say it exactly the way it is in my heart. So much disappointment. Mostly because, as educated as we are, these things are still happening. They're happening, and they're happening at such alarming rates. Like, where did we ever go wrong in this country that we never learn, we never get better? It's always a nosedive with everything Nigeria. It's people, it's leadership, everything is just crap. I'm sick of this place. Man. If you have, I wore a nose ring in a picture once, and I got a lot of comments. Oh, you are now wild. Hey God. Nose jewelry. It's not even an actual piercing. I just bought that one because I want to try it out if it's something I like, and maybe subsequently see if I would get a piercing. The amount of comments I got when I posted the picture, like, yeah, you want to join prostitution, you don't know it's prostitutes that used to do this thing. What's that on your nose? What? Hey. Even to people that I care about what you think. Whoa. Like, these stereotypes that people have created, that, oh, if she's wearing nose ring or leg chain. Instagram influencers, all those motivational people have even done like a post, a write-up. If she's wearing leg chain, no, I've seen a picture slide. If she's wearing any of these, she's a prostitute. They showed leg chain, they showed nose ring, they showed tattoo, they showed different kinds of, oh, they showed this there's this particular hairdo. I don't know how to explain it because that's not what I'm wearing at the moment. She's a prostitute. How do people know? So women cannot admire something and then want to try it out. So women cannot like certain types of jewelry, certain types of piercing, certain types of lashes even. But your faves, those your favorite foreign artists that are female, they do all of these things, and I don't see you once conclude that they are into prostitution. But once it is a woman in Nigeria, once it is a black or African woman, automatically your senses rewind 80 years backward and you become so ignorant. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate for you and people that are around you, because I don't know how I can deal with somebody like that. I mean, I won't even last a day around a person who thinks like that. I've encountered a lot of them and it's sad, it's sick. I mean, I have brothers, and if they come to the conclusion that women that put nose earrings, nose rings, or women that do their lashes, or women that do their nails, that means my brother self should be clapping at me, that prostitutes. I mean, like, guys, enough of the crap, enough of the shaming. There's so much going on in Nigeria. There's so much difficulty in Nigeria that I don't think that anybody should be concerned about judging anybody. Like, sometimes I wonder, like, so much judgment, so much hatred, so much ill treatment, so much disrespect in a country this hard. How do you guys live with yourselves? I don't know. Like I said, I can go on and on and on and on and be whining about this thing for the whole day, but I think I've said what it is. I think I feel a bit lighter because I've gotten a lot of weight off my chest about how I feel about this particular thing. I'm just heartbroken for you people, though. I'm heartbroken because this Nigeria or UAR is not my country. So I'm heartbroken for those of you that are from here. Because last, I'm not a citizen of this disaster. Nope. Hell no. Well, that's what I brought here to say. That's what I want to rant about. That's what I came here to get off my chest. Everybody do better. Men, women. By the time you start having issues with somebody and the next thing that wants to come up from your mouth is prostitute or olosho or ashewo, swallow it back. Shove it down your throat, even if it's going to choke you. Because that would just be a display of the unkindness that dwells in your heart. So, it's not justifiable. There's nothing you are going to. In fact, I can't be convinced that there's a reason or there is enough reason to call anybody a prostitute. No. It's not justifiable. If you must call names, there are other things to say. There are other less terrible things. There are other less demeaning things. There are other less heartbreaking things. There are other. Do you know somebody can commit suicide because of what comes out of your mouth? Somebody can just go and reflect on that thing that you've said to them and just want to hang. Be kind with your words. If you must call names, just call something that will not make somebody's chest to drop out from their body. What? I don't understand. Nobody should call me prostitute again, no. I'm saying now, no, but if I look for your trouble, just nobody should come prostitute again, or you will see crazy. You will see crazy. I have an argument with you. Please stay on the argument. If you know you cannot argue with me, if you know you cannot bring facts, if you know you cannot bring receipts, the next thing is to call names. Turn your back and walk away from there. Take your ass out of there. Don't come. This is a one, you know. You see crazy, because sometimes it's not every time that somebody is patient and logical, and sometimes you will see crazy because this Nigeria can just bring out a different side of every one of us. I mean, what if you call somebody a prostitute now and the person just loses it and breaks your head with bottle? What will you see? Not that I can do that. I'm not that violent, but I'm just saying, what if you do it? Especially some of these people that they don't have anything to lose again. They're already frustrated self. So this one that you have done now, you have just given them reason to just all the frustration, let it out. and you land in the hospital because you could not keep your mouth shut, because you could not be kind with your words, because you could not tame your tongue. I've said it. Do better. If you like, listen to me. If you like, don't listen. Do better. People don't deserve that. Nobody deserves that. Women don't deserve that. I mean, the amount of happiness that we women... I know people not agree. I know men in your minds are going to be wondering which happiness. All of you that are going to Instagram to go and look at our beautiful pictures and have joy. The amount of happiness that women bring into this world, we don't deserve to be called prostitutes. We don't deserve to be called Olosho Ashe. We don't. You just look at a pretty woman like me, and I just provoke you small, and the next thing is Olosho. You're even clapping and joy. Hi, that clapping can pay me. Hi. If you don't, whatever you do, don't clap and join it. It's like salt on injury. Hey, such beautiful creatures. I mean, all the curvy women, beautiful, lovely skin, soft. Just look at me now. I will not provoke somebody. The person that say will show. Hey, my chest. It's funny, but it's not. I'm just saying, man. Like, please, let's do better. It's unfair. I'm still gonna keep saying it. It's unfair. It's not justifiable to ever call anyone a prostitute. Old, young, no woman deserves that, whether they are guilty or not. Nobody deserves it, because you will soon say, why should she be ashamed of being addressed by her occupation? Your aim is to shame her, and that right there is the reason why you shouldn't do it. So guys, I'm going to sign out now. But before I do, please, I'm begging you, in all humility, subscribe to my channel, like, comment, share, whatever is going to get me visibility, more subscribers, more views. By all means, do it. Your girl needs all the visibility she can get, and I know you guys can do it. Thanks and God bless for coming to my TED Talk. So yeah, I'm just going to spend the next couple of minutes to allow you people to see what a beautiful girl, what a beautiful creature you're privileged to watch. The pride is creeping in. Sorry. In all humility, I still remain humble. Until next time, it's your girl Dovi, and once again, thank you for watching my video. Bye. Mwah, 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 mwah.